Skip it up and that up. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Rich of ReviewTech USA, and you are looking at footage of Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, and I am recording this with the new Hauppauge HD PVR Rocket. It's their answer to AverMedia's Live Gamer Portable. So, I think the footage looks really good. I am nowhere near being able to review it yet, so I'm going to use it throughout the week, and I will have a review up probably sometime next weekend or early next week, because I really want to use all the features and see how this thing works before I give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. But anyway, enjoy the footage. That's not what this video is about. So if you follow me on Facebook, if you follow ReviewTech USA on Facebook, which I strongly recommend you do, a link will be below in the description, so you could actually go to the Facebook page. You know that I brought back my Xbox One. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of this video, why did I do it? Well, I got two defective ones in a row. The first one I got, if you saw a video, I'll have the video below in the description too. When I first took it out of the box, it wasn't recognizing the A button on the controller until I actually rebooted the system, which I was hesitant to do because I was afraid maybe the hard drive was doing something in the background. I mean, a lot of people are like, why did you just unplug it and plug it back in? I was hesitant to do that because I didn't know if there was some kind of background operation going on which could have bricked the system. I'm not an idiot. But that system wasn't done yet, because after I got it working, after I physically unplugged it from the wall and plugged it back in, the cooling fan on the console was grinding. And I brought it to Best Buy. When I returned it, they heard it too, like, oh damn, yeah, there's an issue with the cooling fan on the CPU or APU, and yeah, we'll take it back. So I got another one, which was like my #1 no-no, because remember, if you followed my Facebook page, I said with the PS4, look, if my first PS4 is defective, I'm done with it until next year. I'll get one after they get all the bugs ironed out. Luckily, at least my PS4 has been fine. But I was like, whatever. They had another Xbox One in stock. Let me try it again. Give it another shot. The second one, when I first took it out of the box, I plugged it in. It kept on turning off. Hit the power button. You would hear the power chime. Stay on for maybe 2 to 5 seconds. Turn back off. Did that 6 times in a row. That one I also unplugged and plugged back in, and it seemed to resolve the issue until the next day, and I went to turn it on again after I woke up, and it did it again. So I was like, you know what? Done. But I had enough time with the console. I'm sure there's features that I missed to know I wasn't entirely thrilled with the experience that Microsoft is offering me with the Xbox One. I'm going to go over what I liked and didn't like. Like I said, I didn't get everything about the Xbox One. I didn't get to experience everything, but I got to experience enough to know that I wasn't thrilled with what I was getting for a $500 launch console. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the billions of dollars they researched to put into that controller. To me, honestly, and this is coming from a guy who loved the Xbox 360 controller minus the D-pad, I think is one of the best controllers of all time. They took a step back with the Xbox One controller. It feels more cramped than the Xbox 360 controller. Granted, yes, the D-pad is substantially better, but I think if they used my ass as a D-pad, it would have been better than the 360's D-pad. But the controller is cramped. The bumper buttons are like, they're like, oh, you're supposed to roll your knuckle across them and not just move your fingers. And it's like, no, you got it wrong. They were perfect on the Xbox 360 controller. And it feels really awkward to try to use the bumper buttons now. Like, what were you thinking? Those were fine. Why would you change anything about them? So you have a cramped controller, and they tried to streamline, they tried to improve something that didn't need improving. And honestly, Microsoft, if you spend billions of dollars just on that controller alone to research it, that was a waste of money, man. You could give me $1 billion, I could have done something better with it. You took a step back with that controller. Now, let's go into the interface. Basically, if you have a Windows 8 machine, you've seen the interface on the Xbox One. It has all the tiles and everything like that, and it just, like Patrick Norton from Techzilla said, he also used to be on Tech TV and the screensavers and all that back in the day. He said that basically he feels the Xbox One is like the minivan of gaming. Like, they're trying to cram all this different shit into it. Oh, you could use it for your TV. You could use it for gaming. You could use it for internet. You could use it for this and that and streaming and all that. And it just felt like they were so desperately trying to be convenient that it felt like a mess to me. And honestly, if you have a Windows 8 gaming PC like I have with my laptop, it felt no different than that. It really didn't. It felt no different. And it just, basically what it felt like to me, and I said it on my Facebook page again, and I'm not just trying to plug my Facebook page, I'm done mentioning, I swear. It felt like it was a Windows 8 gaming PC that was limited. It didn't feel like a console. It felt like they just like took the features you could do with a gaming PC and gutted them. Which I'm like, I know everyone's going to say, oh, Rich, that's what consoles are. But when I turn on my PlayStation 4 or my Wii U, I feel like, and this is coming from a guy with 2 gaming PCs, I feel like it's a different, refreshing experience, both on the Wii U and PS4. On the Xbox One, I felt like I was just on Windows 8. And to me, it was just kind of like, ugh. Like, it just wasn't, I want that streamlined console experience. Like, okay, cool, I could watch Netflix on it. But who gives a shit in Microsoft with the whole TV thing? Legacy media, cable is dying. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but streaming is where people are watching TV now. Whether it be through iTunes or Netflix or Hulu or Crackle or whatever other streaming service, YouTube, it's not on cable. Like, why would you want to make the Xbox One interface with cable? If it was like back in like 1998, I could see, or even in the early 2000s, but those days are almost done, man. I just don't understand. I just felt like they tried to put too much shit into the pot, and what came out was just kind of tasted like there was just too many ingredients in it when it came to the interface. And last but not least, and this was the bitter pill that I knew I couldn't swallow, I hated the Kinect. I found no value, and I tried all the voice commands, I tried the gesturing, I tried all that shit, the Xbox Snap, so you could have another program on the side. I saw Jason Hoofd, we did the Skype thing, and it just, I didn't want the Kinect, Microsoft. I don't care about the Kinect. There's nothing you can do that makes me want a Kinect. I tried it, I still don't like it. I think it's a piece of garbage. It's a novelty. It's a gimmick. No one cares about the Kinect, and you force, and that's part of the reason why, minus the defects too, I brought it back. I just couldn't stomach being forced to purchase this thing that I have zero interest in. Okay, developers are not going to utilize the Kinect even though everyone has it. They're not going to utilize it. The stupid thing you had to do, I was playing Dead Rising 3 to get zombies off of you, shake the controller like an idiot. What does that do for the experience? Who cares? I just don't get it. Why? I don't want, there's nothing, there is zero value, and I know there's a bunch of other people out there that feel the same way. It offers zero value to me. I just have no use for it, and you're making me spend $100 more, and you cut down on the computing performance of your console compared to your biggest rival, Sony PlayStation 4, to just shoehorn this thing in and make sure people have it. It's a joke, Microsoft. No one wants that thing, and it's just, you're force-feeding it to people, and honestly, 90% of the people, if not more, don't care about it, and I just couldn't take that. That was actually, when after I used it, I'm like, I don't like the interface. I don't like the controller. There's probably an issue with the second console. I wasn't that thrilled with Dead Rising 3. The Kinect was a nightmare to me, and combining all these things together, I could wait. I'm not saying I'm not going to get an Xbox One again. Obviously, there's two things that need to happen. A new Halo, or they need to get rid of the Kinect and drop the price. Because I know there's a bunch of people out there that are in my situation who just don't want the Kinect. They just don't want it. And I just couldn't justify, with all the things I complained about, and the fact that there was no game, and I understand people, Rich, what about Forza? I'm sure Forza's fantastic. I'm not into games like Forza, though. All right, I'm not into Gran Turismo either. I just couldn't justify keeping it. And I know a lot of people on my Facebook page flipped out saying, Rich, you're Review Tech USA, and you need to have that console. I got newsflash for you, man. I haven't had a Microsoft gaming console since early 2011. And my channel's been just fine. And I'm, like I just said, more than likely in the future I will get it again. But right now, I just couldn't justify spending $500 of my own money for something I really wanted. It was probably broken. The first one definitely was. The second one, there had to be some issue with it for it to be shutting off. And two, at this moment in time, I just wasn't enjoying what Microsoft was offering me. Will I have an Xbox One in my home again in the future? More than likely, yeah. But right now, I'd rather save my money, and I just wasn't enjoying the Xbox One experience. I gotta be honest with you. And last but not least, before I end this video, I had people commenting again on Facebook that they wish something bad would happen to me because I didn't like the Xbox One, which, seek help because you said that. And look, if you love this system and I don't, you could still enjoy it because I don't enjoy it. Why do you need, if you enjoy something, this is what always cracks me up when I see people go to reviews, like for IGN when they review games and they're mad because they love a game and IGN doesn't like it. Why do you need approval from someone else for your preferences? Are you that insecure? If you love the Xbox One, love it. It's like Brodio's been putting up videos where he's been shitting all over the PS4. I like the PS4. As of now, I prefer the PS4. But I'm not going to be angry and like flag his videos or thumbs down his videos because he's been shitting on it. That's his preference. That's what he wants to talk about. Like, I don't need Brodio's approval to like the PlayStation 4. I'm sorry. But anyway, folks, I could go on about this for hours. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA. Have a good one.